Good morning, good evening, good night. What is going on, friends and family from around the world, within the city, everywhere that you can be? It's your host, Iago Alvarez, aka Mr. Not, because everywhere that you are, I'm not. I'm here with, man, why don't you just introduce yourself, man? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, if you don't know me, my name is Jacob Santiago, and I am more than honored to be here with Thiago
Yes,
on
sir.
his
Man, I
podcast.
appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. It's really hard. Yo, if you know anything about Jacob, he is a busy man, him and his brother. Um, but Jacob, man, how's it going, man? How you been? Last time I seen you, we were at Spice Kings in line waiting for the grand opening. Shout out to Spice Kings. Great food. Great food.
Yeah, it's been just rough. I know we're both students
Yes.
virtually,
Right.
and especially for me, I'm a senior,
Yeah. How
so
does
it's
that
like,
feel? How does that feel being a senior right now? I mean, we're not in the beginning of the pandemic like I was like last year. You know, I mean, I graduated during a pandemic. Um, but the cases are rising, and you know what I mean. Like, so how does it feel like to be in school right now? COVID, online school. We're both doing online school, but how does it feel being in school? Like, I want to see the high school's perspective because I know Zoom University sucks. So how does it feel to be in high school?
yeah, well, it's very similar, I'm sure, to Zoom University. I think for seniors, all my seniors that are going through it right now, it's slightly a little harder because we're dealing with personal stuff like college applications,
Right,
trying to find scholarships, and I know personally, we don't have that resource where we could go to college and careers whenever
right,
during the school. And now we have
right,
to set an appointment and we're communicating all over email and all this stuff. So communication is definitely harder. Trying to do stuff is harder. Trying to get deadlines in for college applications that you don't
right.
really see, because I know,
You
like,
can't even go on the college visits. It's like you can't even experience that side of things. You know what I mean? It's like you can't even get a good feel for the campus because like there's certain colleges like they have a virtual tour, but the tour isn't the same as being on the campus. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, it's not, especially for a person like myself. Like, I build off of energies. So I
Right.
have to go and like feel the presence and feel how it feels.
I
And
felt that.
basically we're picking a school that we're not going to be able to go
You're,
to until
I,
after we pick it.
I was about to say you're picking a school off simply the name, like simply just you know what I mean like the history that the school has, whether it's through their alumni or through the opportunities that you know that the school has. So
Yeah,
that's really
exactly.
upsetting actually. Wow, I didn't think about it like that. Like because I know when I was in school, I had already made my decision on the college that I was going to. Luckily, it was pre-COVID, but I knew where I was going. I know where I was headed. So like my heart goes out to the seniors, man. Shout out to the class of 2021. My heart goes out to you guys because like you're doing a whole through the COVID-19 pandemic, a global pandemic. Which I mean, we shouldn't have lasted this long. We should have took care of it right then and there. But that goes beyond my my superiority. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
I heard you serve on the school board at McCaskey, right? Tell
Yes.
me about that. Tell me about what do you do? Like, um, you're also the president, right? You just won
Yes.
presidency, yeah. So what is like? What are your duties like? What do you do as the president of your class? You know what I mean? Being on the school board, like, what do you do?
First of all, it's a true honor and a privilege that my peers, especially working with being the president, that my peers trusted me enough to vote me to be their class president of 2021. I think right now I feel like my position's been one of the most hectic, because since I got the title, I'm the president. Anytime a student has a question and everything, they ask me, because they don't have the communications with the teachers and stuff.
Right.
And I feel like right now it's been like a win lose, because I know the student council with the vice president and everything, we've been trying our hardest to try to make the best senior year possible
Yeah.
through virtual. And we've planned things. Like I know me and my friend Kayla, before school started, we planned a senior sunset, and all the
Mhm.
seniors came and had like a kind of like a
I
picnic
was about to
style.
say I saw that. I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, so that was before I won class president. So I guess it was like a hint,
It was
like
just
to
meant
my
to be.
peers,
It was just
right?
meant to
Like,
be.
look what I could do. But
Right.
like we've been planning, like the student council and everyone that's in the student council plan like a virtual homecoming. I mean, a virtual spirit week. We got the homecoming court, which is we did everything other than the homecoming, but sometimes it feels like a weight because like my friend Hessany says, if you don't do anything, people will talk. If you do stuff, people will
People are
still
talking.
talk,
I
and that's
think
why
I
you
think
got to
that
do it.
that lies into um all publicity is good publicity, simply
Right.
because if it's a shit show, it's still publicity. It's still you guys did something. But if it goes good, guys still did something. So big shout out to you on that. So what does it feel like to how do I say this? What does it feel like to just simply try to coordinate this stuff with still following those CDC guidelines and still like you know what I mean obviously with the picnic and stuff like that you guys still had a friends and you couldn't share food, couldn't share drinks. So like, how did you feel like just setting all that up?
Yeah, definitely. It feels in a way, in a bad way, it feels a lot easier because we don't have to buy food. We don't have to do none of that. So like it's like rather not much as planning. Like a lot of things, especially with that senior sunset, like yeah, we would have loved to like play games and stuff, but like according to and that was I don't know if anyone from school's watching, but that wasn't planned with the school.
Oh,
We
that
kind of
was just
planned
okay,
we
okay, all
planned it
right,
as
all right.
a student body. It probably wouldn't have been allowed, but it was
Yeah,
safe.
but I mean, at least you guys did something to kick the school year off and just did something that brings everybody together that's within the school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Excuse me. Tough times, man.
it is very tough times, and it's like trying to plan that, and also like you said, being a student, one of the student representatives on the school board. Shout out to my best friend Ayana DeShields. She's the
Yeah,
second
yeah.
student representative.
Okay.
It's like we're trying to do that, trying to plan for the students. I mean, while our peers of class 2021, while trying to go into the school board and talk change throughout the whole district for not
What
only
change?
students.
What change are we guys talking about? Can I get an inside scoop for this is exclusive 411 inside scoop?
Well, it's not really inside school. We have live school board meetings every Tuesday.
Right, but I
So
mean, not every student watches those meetings. So I
right,
mean, I guess it could still be an inside scoop because
right. For the
they'll be
students who
watching
don't
this.
watch,
Right.
yeah. So if you haven't been caught up right now, SDOL has been deciding if they want to send students back or keep them home. And recently they just sent the elementary school students back,
Right.
but they got sent back home this
Mm,
week. And I think defending the school board because I'm on the school board, they get a lot of talk because like I always say, if you don't do it, people talk blah blah blah.
hmm
And we've
I mean,
just it's been a crucial time for change just regarding this right now, not only for that, but for the movements, the Black Lives Matter movement, trying to create
right.
more change within our actual system. Like I know the SDOL, the school board is working on kind of like not an organization, but like a presentation of all the police officers that work at McCaskey and work in the SDOL to make a
I was about to say
presentation about themselves.
I just saw one of the SDOL police officers that be on campus. He was at my job and we was just talking it up. So like I think the common misconception is that all police officers are bad police officers, and it's not like that. It's just
Yeah,
there's some that are very corrupt, and I'm not shying any attention towards that. But what I do want to get across people's heads is not all police officers are bad police officers. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they
The,
just really have a bad
a bad
name because the
reputation.
bad ones
Yes, the bad.
reputation.
Yeah, it's like one bad apple can mess up the whole basket. And I agree with that 100%, but it's just like certain things, like we can't just let one person who made bad decisions, or bad people make bad decisions, have a viewpoint over every police officer or every person who's in power. You know what I mean? Yes, obviously, like I said in my last episode, there's change that needs to happen within all the systems. It's not just one. So with you making, you know what I mean, you trying to make a change within the school system, and use your voice, because everybody has a voice. It's just a matter of whether you use it or not. Um, but by you doing that, man, you're making a big impact, and you probably don't know it yet, but like years to come, there's probably gonna be kids who feel like, oppressed by teachers or by students. But you could probably create an organization where it's just like, okay, I feel this way, kind of like an AA meeting, but for like people who feel like the odds are against them. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I felt that way before. So big ups to you on that, my man. Big ups to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely agree. Like a lot of students, I know before I got these positions, I felt very voiceless, and I felt like who is also one of my peers that are using their voice, because no shade to anyone before, but like I haven't really seen a lot of student voice regarding a lot of stuff, not only just like certain things around McCaskey. And I think being on the school board, I know I'm a person, I'm a very vocal person about what I believe in and what I feel for change. It's like we're just keep working the conversation around different things. Like I know last meeting they just approved winter sports, and I know you're an
Yeah,
athlete and
yeah.
you
Yeah,
would have
shout out
loved
to the
that.
winter athletes. Yeah, shout out to the winter athletes.
Yes.
It's a so like it's very heartbreaking. I haven't touched the field in over a year. Like,
I
and
bet.
it breaks my heart simply because I have a very passionate love for the game of football. So I would hate for anybody's senior season to get cut short, or to just get cut in general. So big ups to the school district of Lancaster's school board and approving that. You know what I mean? I feel like they're taking into consideration that sometimes this is the only way that a kid's gonna get to college, or this is the only way that a kid is gonna, strive and get that time away from home, because their at home situation isn't the greatest. And I think it's a good thing that they're looking at that. So big shout out to the
Yeah.
SCLL.
I definitely like agree with that. I just feel like where like the controversial started with like me and kind of the school board is like we really only focus on the sports, if we're being honest.
Oh
I
no,
feel
and
like
that's 100%. But I feel like sports shouldn't be the only light that should be shined upon. Um,
exactly, and that's what I said in the school board meeting, because I'm like, yeah, y'all are approving winter sports and all this stuff, but we don't have a fall play. You know, the music kid. I know I'm a music kid
okay, right.
myself. We're not getting talk, and since I'm on the school board, I know what's they're not worried about anything other than
Aside
sports.
from sports,
Now they are, that the
okay.
conversation that came up, but before prior they weren't.
Yeah, they didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah,
So I mean,
they really didn't. But I'm
um,
glad that they are now, because not only can you get a football scholarship, you can get a singing scholarship.
yeah,
And
wow, you could get a skin. I did not know that. I did not know
yeah,
that.
you can get
You
a
learn
theater.
something new every day.
Listen, don't sleep on my music kids. You can get a scholarship for drawing, anything.
Right, right. Oh wow, that's crazy.
So
So speaking of like the arts and school of arts and stuff like that, where do you plan on going to college, and like what do you plan to do post graduation?
So I do plan to go to college. Right now I have my set list. Well, not really set list. I'm still working through schools. Like I said earlier in the episode, it's hard making a list, not knowing if it's good and just picking off a name. But
Not
I
knowing
do
what you're getting into at that.
right. I do plan on going to college, and right now I'm majoring in just public relations. Around there, I'll probably switch my major, because honestly, I'm a very broad person, and I like to tip my toe into everything
Everything.
working around. And
Right.
I think it's like
I changed my major a matter of 3 times within my first semester. because
Hey, whatever
I
works
went
for you.
yeah, I went from marketing to secondary education back to the business side. So now I'm in sports management with a minor in sports psychology slash marketing. So that I could, you know what I mean? If I want to, I could go be a sports marketing coach or I could be athletic director. I want to be athletic director, but you know what I mean? Um,
Do
but
you think that fits you well now?
I think that fits me well simply because the million not millions but like the hundreds of things that I could do just with that degree.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think like I'm working on an internship right now, but um, if I get the right internship, you know what I mean, it's gonna build my resume, and
Right.
I think that's just what it is about. Like people say, oh, college is a piece of paper, but it's what you do with the piece of paper. It's what you do prior to getting that piece of paper and going out into the real world. I think that's just the common misconception from people.
Yeah, no, it's about regards to college, everything, it's what you make it to
What you
be.
make of it? Like
Exactly.
if you bullshit, excuse me, if you bullshit and you dick around while you're in college and don't really, you know what I mean, put your pedal to the metal while you're in college and try to get your degree and you know what I mean, make a living for yourself, break a certain cycle that you're living through, then you're wasting your time, you're wasting money.
And people
Like
don't even like that you're paying to be there, or
you're
someone's
paying to
paying
be
for
there.
you.
Someone is paying, whether it's the government, whether it's you, whether it's your parent, grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle. So regardless of the fact, money is coming out of the pocket. And if not from the pocket, somebody else's pocket. So
Yeah,
I feel like this is a message to everybody who's planning on going to college. College might not be for you. Try it out before you commit yourself to, you know what I mean, making that 100% what you want to do. Um,
exactly. Don't get
but
discouraged
don't get
either.
discouraged. Don't get discouraged if college doesn't go well for you, man. Like
And
it's not.
college
It's
isn't the only way out. And
yo
not.
trade school. Trade school is a perfect option. Shout out Thaddeus Stevens, but trade school is a perfect option, bro. Them dudes be making $40 an hour. Regardless of the fact you're gonna
Yeah,
need a plumber in your life, you're gonna need a carpenter, you're gonna need somebody
you are.
to work your HVAC. So I mean, like, dude, bro, there's different grinds, different ways to get it, different ways to obtain success. But
Exactly.
I want to touch base on you're a fashion type of guy, fashion type of dude. So what do you like? Let's talk fashion real quick. What do you think about fashion? What makes you love it so much? Like, talk me through it.
I think the fashion industry is so widespread. You can do anything, and like you said, it's what you bring to it. It's what you do. I always say it's not about a title. It's what you're bringing to the title. It's what
Right.
you're doing. It's the fashion is so wide. You can do whatever. You can wear a curtain and just rock it. It's about you.
It's
If
the
you
way
have that
you.
confidence,
Yeah, I was about to say it's the way that you dress. Not the way that you dress, but the way that you make the outfit pop.
you bring it.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think that's for me. Fashion has always shout out to all. I know you step into fashion. Shout out to all the fashion, especially the
yeah,
guys, because the fashion industry is really female dominant.
it's very female dominant. Like you, when you look at people on the runway, you think of like when you think of models, you think of females. So
Exactly.
like, I think that not saying that like you know what I mean it's a female dominant thing, but I think more guys should step into modeling. More guys should you know what I mean embrace that they like fashion and that they have a serious like passion for dressing nice. And
Exactly. And I think it plays a role in society because if a guy likes fashion, if a guy likes taking pictures like a model, it's like, oh, that's for girls, or he's girly, or
oh
who.
my yo,
It's
that's
like you
my
can just
it's the
never do nothing.
toxic masculinity for me. That's what it is for
Right?
me.
It
Cause
really is, and it's
cause
sad.
Cause truthfully, like you look at like there's certain people that you look on social media and you be like, oh like why is he dressing like that? Or why is he like I don't know if you've seen the TikTok of this one dude, but he has his own type of swag. Like it's like he dresses like from the 70s or he could change it up to pop culture. He wears like these big Doc Martin boots or these big Chelsea boots, but he rocks it. It's his swag, it's his type of style. But people
So
will be like,
dope.
oh, like why is he dressing like a girl? It's not that he's dressing like a girl. He just has his own like taste, like his own way of dressing. And I think
Exactly. And you
people
would
get stuck on that. Oh, if it's not designer, it's not popping. Like me and you both know that we go thrifting and we be finding some heat.
all my outfits, all my outfits on my page, rather than my last post, all my outfits are always thrifted. Everything I do is most likely thrifted. I think that's another thing to touch on fashion. It's like just because you got Gucci or something on, it don't make it fashionable. It don't make you a fashion king or queen.
Fashionista, right?
It don't. It's about like what you really step in. Like, are you
Yeah.
stepping for real?
Like, cause like there's some dudes like they'll wear the Balenciagas and they'll wear the Gucci and the Prada and all these big name brands spending thousands of dollars, but they throw it on it and I feel like it's a mediocre fit.
It's just like it's so normal to think that high end clothing lines are fashion and that's in, and it's so like it's got to a point where it's not even all that. It's like
I
so
feel
many
like
people do it.
is it just me or does it feel like Balenciaga is the new normal? Hold up.
It oh yeah, it feels like all these high end brands are just the new normal because they are expensive, but it's like
Right.
everyone wants to just to do it to fit in, to feel like they're superior.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother topic. But regards to just the fashion, I applaud everyone who takes own or whatever they're wearing, if it's Gucci, if it's thrifted, if it's from Walmart, you rock that. And that's the
Right.
thing for me. Like I know I really got into fashion over quarantine. Like that's when it really
I
hit me.
think I did too. Well, not got into fashion over quarantine, but started to appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I started to appreciate fashion a little bit more and appreciate that there's different types of fashion as well over quarantine.
There
Like
is.
I'm on my phone. I was on my phone basically the whole time, and it's just like, dang, like I ain't never seen somebody throw that on before, and like it looks tough. And like I recently, well not recently, but like around this time last year, I started to get into the whole flannel thing, and you know what I mean, just trying different things. And like I think I found my thing, which is not oversized but not too tight. You know what I mean? It's just like that just right fit where you know what I mean. Like for example, Halloween, I threw that the oh my gosh, the 2000 the old 2000s New York fit on, and I felt like that fit me because I'm a bigger dude and I'm just like you know what I mean. Like
It
I
was
feel like
tilt. You
yeah.
did good. It
So
was it was that. It
but
was
now
that.
I saw that that Evie Park Adidas collaboration and how you threw that on. So big shout out to you for that. Like a lot of people can't pull that neon green color off.
I didn't even I didn't even think I could pull that Ivy Park off. Fun fact for because I know like on social media I try to be vocal, but then I try to be private and just put out what I put
Right.
out an outfit, put out a post. But that I actually did not want to order that, but what I ordered was the dark green
Okay.
collection, but it was sold out. So I
Right.
only could get my hands on the neon, and I was like, "Dang! Like, I don't think I'm gonna look good in the neon. Like,
Right.
it's not me." And then when I did it, like, a lot of people really liked it, and I
Yeah.
was like, "I
I
like it
think
too."
I think it's cause it's something that you don't always see. You don't always see people wearing them bright ass colors. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I just bought some highlighter orange shoes. Like y'all might not see them, but I just bought these highlighter orange shoes and like, bro, they're heat, but like it's just like it's so hard to pull it off because you gotta find the right thing to wear with it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and I think like I don't. I'm very like transparent and like I used to really just try to keep my clothing and my range of clothes really just slim. Like I'm wearing a hoodie right now, but when I really like get dressed, like it's very different. Like I know in
Do you like
a post
oversized or do you like the fitted more? You know what I mean? Slim tapered look. What do you prefer?
it just depends. Whatever mood I'm in. My style is very wide range. Like
Yeah.
I know recently I've been into like I'm a fake athlete. I like athlete clothes and like wearing Nikes and feeling
Right.
like a tracksuit, but
Right.
it's really And then sometimes, and especially in the summer, I like oversized because I would wear like an oversized sweater with some shorts, keep it real sleek and everything.
Yeah,
So it,
right.
it really just depends what mood I'm in. Like,
It,
yeah, I know
it
when you
it all
seen me
just
at
depends on
Spice
the feeling.
Kings, I had
Right. Yeah, I was
that
about to say you
big
had that
flannel.
big coat. Yeah. I was about to say, I think it all just depends on how you feel that day. Because there's some days where I'll be like, man, I want to dress like a white boy. I want to
No,
put
we
some.
need to cut the stereotypes. We need to cut
Okay,
the
all right.
stereotypes.
Yeah, you're right. There is stereotypes. I'm like, man, I want to dress like one of those frat boys with the Sperry's on and the Nikes and the golf shorts, man. But nah,
You could pull it off too. There's
I've pulled
certain
it
things
off.
I
I've pulled
can't
it
pull
off
off.
before. I've pulled it off before. One thing I can't pull off is them bright ass colors.
You
um,
said you can't
no, I can't like neon green. I can't, bro.
try. I didn't think I could. You need to just try it. Step into it. You
You're
you never
right.
know.
You're right.
You really and you
I
got the
might just have to.
shoes. You
Yeah,
got the shoes.
you're right. You're right. I
Go get
might
that
just.
Ivy Park.
I might just have to. I might just have to. She needs to sponsor us. That's what she needs to do.
She needs to. She really does, cause that it's expensive.
Yeah.
It is, and I'm
Um.
just dumb. I just be
So
spending it.
I mean, what can you do? So who are some of your fashion idols and just idols in general? I know Beyonce is one of them, but who aside from Queen Bee, who else is someone you look up to?
Yeah, honestly, Beyonce isn't really my fashion idol. She's just more my idol.
Right.
But when it comes to really fashion, I think I really get inspired by my surroundings and what I really can see. Like when it comes to broad people that I'm like waiting for them to post, like I know like this YouTuber that I've always looked up to, her name is Isis Ariane, and I know this college basketball player, dang, I forget his name, but I really get influenced by a lot of different people, like my peers, especially like
Right.
all like you, all
Yeah.
the my
Shout out Alan. You know what I'm saying? He's a dripster.
Allen,
Shout out Victor with Flavor, you know what I'm
Flavor.
saying? Thank you for not supporting. Shout out those guys cuz those guys is, I mean, they're very like they're very fashionable. Um
Yeah,
uh,
they're
shout
really.
definitely shout out to ET, man. That boy be throwing that shit on. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to everyone. Don't
Yeah, shout out
forget.
to everybody, man. Everybody who has just the fashion sense and is very fashionable in what they wear. Like I feel like everybody has their own thing that they do. Whether it's the athletic look or it's the, what I mean, the dressed up look, whatever it is. I feel like everybody just has their own thing and like it just collaborates so well when it's on social media because like you'll be like, damn, his fit is fire. Oh shit, his fit is fire too. You know what I mean? And
And
shout
it's
out to
about uplifting. Like
yes, bro. Oh my
I
gosh,
love
bro.
Alan and
I
Victor and everyone and ET.
yeah.
Like you don't have. I think the people when it really comes to the fashion industry, like people want to like be better and look
Outdo
better.
each
It's
other.
like
They want to outdo
right,
each other.
outdo each other. Like no, I'm like yeah, you go
Yeah,
ahead and wear
yeah.
that, and it
I
feels good.
feel
I
like
feel the support.
I've always said this: support is free.
It is.
Support
It's
is
if
free.
you want to do it. If
If
you
you
are an
want,
actual good
it
person.
doesn't cost you anything to support somebody. Well, when it comes to like a business, then obviously you know what I mean. It, there's, what I mean, you have to pay for stuff. You know what I mean.
Right.
But
Yeah.
supporting them, I mean, sharing their stuff doesn't cost you anything. You know what I mean? I feel like people try to have this big ego where it's just like, man, I don't really give a fuck about them. Like, I don't really care. And that's just the problem in today's world where people just want to outdo each other, and it shouldn't be like that. I feel like if everybody united together, everybody, what I mean, united together and became one, bro, like so many black businesses could be popping right now, could be mainstream right now, but people don't support them. People want to support those businesses that are owned by people who own Gucci and people who own the Louis Vuittons and you know what I mean, the people who they don't even know, who don't really care about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exact. And it's like not even just like I know like Victor's line, clothing line Flavor, and Brandon Allen's Love
Yeah,
Yourself, and
yeah, right.
other people, and yours, your
Yeah,
podcast. It's not even just about clothes, and Drea and Ayana's like
yeah,
Cake
right.
and Cakes by SJ, all of them, all these like businesses, because a business and my brother, a business
Yeah,
isn't just a building. It don't A business is so widespread. You can do a business from your phone.
from your phone.
A business is a business, and if you support, you
If
support.
if I feel like if you have the the animosity and the goal and the the drive to have a business, then you should be supported. You know what I mean?
And that's one thing like that I applaud around the world, and especially in Lancaster, like all of our peers, like all these young ambitious people, like
Bro,
hungry
like
for business and they're
a lot of
passionate.
people who doing it right now are under the age of 25. Don't at me, but a lot of the people who are doing it right now in this city are under the age of 25, getting theirs, going
Yeah,
at it every day, whether it's being a barber, having their own clothing line, doing stuff with autos like Noah, um,
cakes,
whatever,
candles,
cakes,
everything.
everything, shoe cleaning, selling
Buffalo chicken
sneakers,
dip,
buffalo
everything.
chicken dip. You
I
know what I mean?
applaud you all.
I applaud everybody who's getting theirs because you know what? At the end of the day, they're trying to win. They're trying to. You know what I mean?
So people are just so like a bittersweet. Like we gotta uplift each other to really feel like you said, feel united and
Yeah,
really uphold everyone and support everyone. Cause
yeah,
that's how we're all gonna win. We're all in this together.
exactly. I agree, 100%. 100%, I agree. Um, so I know you have your own little thing going on where you design your own jeans. So like, could we see a possibility of you starting like your own business with that, or
It I like I've got like I attempted to try to start my own try to clothing business, but I realized when I did, like when I actually started getting orders and people really, really want it, and I still to this day, like people will DM me, be like, I think that's where I feel most like confident in myself when people DM me and they'll be like, "Oh, where'd you get your pants?" And I'm like, I made them. Like
right?
that's my name.
Hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, I want some," and I make some. But I think I realized like I'll give Noah the business part because it's a hobby for me.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it for everyone. I just
long
like doing it
time.
for
Yeah,
myself. Yeah, I
right.
would love to start a clothing line one day, like in the far future. But it's really not. It's passionate for myself, not a passion for.
It's right. It's not a passion that you want to make revenue off of.
Right? Yeah,
It's
it's
not,
not.
it's like the thought of it is okay. Yeah, like yeah, I could do this, but it's just something more that you want to like. Not you want to just keep to yourself, kind of like you just
Right,
want
it's
to.
something personal to me, and I realized when like I started making it for like my friends because I would do it for fun. Like I've made my friends like just random and give them to them for free because it's like something I like to do. But when I'm being like forced to do it and asked to do it, it's like
Right. It's like
I don't
it
really
feels
like it.
more. It feels more like a liability than like something that you enjoy doing. I feel like sometimes people lose the love in what they really want to do because they're forcing themselves to make money off of it.
Exactly, and it's really like I feel like so like loved when I get them type of compliments and ask like if I do make them or what like I do feel loved and I feel like all of my jeans that I make regards to and I do all my rips by the way it's straight from the thrift store. I know a lot of people like different. I know like Alan like he loves the jeans where I like put like stickers on them
Yeah.
or not the stickers they're like these pad things
The
that you
pet.
press onto them.
Okay.
That's all me, and I think it's just like feels good that people like that stuff. But
Appreciate it.
appreciate it's like I'm not doing it for them, but you know the feeling
If
like
it
when people
feels, yeah,
compliment
I
you.
was about to say if like I think people feel like when you're appreciated by other people and what you do in your craft, you feel like okay, like you know what, I want to keep going because I'm being recognized in what I'm doing, and it's not always about the recognition, but it's just like
It
everybody
feels
needs
good.
those.
We're
Yeah,
human.
yeah, everybody needs that little bit of like I mean that love where it's just like, dang man, people are seeing what I'm doing and people are liking it, so it makes you feel good
Exactly.
about yourself. So big ups to you on that, man. Um,
And that points to all like to touch on what we are saying, all the business owners, like you don't
right.
need that recognition. Like we see you
We
and
see
we're here
you.
to support.
Yeah,
Don't
facts.
feel like you
If
need that
if
to
you don't
keep
if
going.
you feel like nobody's supporting you, man, just know Mr. Everywhere you not supporting you, and Jacob Santiago supporting you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we are. We see you. We see you. Everyone, we
Facts.
see you.
But man, I appreciate you being on the show tonight, man. I know it's been really hard to get you on the show. Uh, But
I'm
man,
really
thank
glad to be here, and I'm
yeah,
so excited to see the 411 take off. I get to
facts.
say I was one of the first people
One of the
on it.
first people, facts. Man, make sure everybody who's watching DM me on Instagram at t.alvarez52 um to get an order for a shirt, man. I'm starting these new shirts.
Yes,
It's
he
gonna
is.
have
I
the
got
four
mine.
facts. Jacob got his. He was one of the first people to order. I'm doing drops of 25 shirts at a time. So make
Go
sure you
get
get
it.
your go get yours. Right now the color of the shirt is in white with the 411 logo on the chest and on the back. It's a small emblem on the front of the shirt and then a big emblem on the back. Make sure you get
I'm
your shirt.
excited to style it up.
Yes,
Style it to look.
man.
It's everyday wear. You can dress it up. You can dress it
You
down.
could dress it
It's
up, dress
cheap.
down. You know what I mean? And for everybody loves fashion, man, I want to see y'all take on it. I want to see what y'all do to the shirt. So Jacob, I challenge you to go crazy on a shirt. Do what you do. Style it the best way you style it, and I think I'm gonna have a contest. The best person who styles the shirt um is gonna be able to be on the show again.
I fully take on that challenge, and I know it might be a little hard because I know with shirts, like a girl can like wear it as a dress, like put
Yeah,
it this, put that. Like
right.
it's really you. It's a challenge. You can dress it up. You can dress it down, and
Every,
I'm
every,
excited to get
I
mine.
challenge every viewer to go ahead, shoot me a DM, send me your best picture with the shirt on, and I'll have the winner. I'm gonna give everybody 2 weeks.
Hopefully, I win, but
Hopefully,
I want
hopefully
everyone
Jacob
to
wins.
win.
Everybody's a winner in my eyes. But
Yes, they
man,
are.
it's Mr. Everywhere You're Not because everywhere that you are, I'm not. And I'm with Jacob Santiago, and we're signing out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you. Peace and love to all.